I want to start today by telling you something that I do not say lightly. I have received a cancer diagnosis 3 times, 3 separate occasions, 3 different moments. And in every single one of those occasions, the way the diagnosis was relayed to me was highly impersonal. And the last time, very callous. Imagine I, as a physician with extensive experience in the healthcare system, having those experiences. What happens to a woman who has no medical experience at all? I became a health advocate specifically because of what I have learned on both sides of that exam table, as a physician, as well as a patient. This past Sunday, the first Sunday in June, is National Cancer Survivors Day, and every year I sit with complicated feelings about that word survivor. There are 18 million of us in the United States right now. More than half are women. A significant number are over 50, navigating not just one health challenge, but the intersection of cancer, aging, and a healthcare system that was not designed with them in mind. 1 in 3 women will receive a cancer diagnosis in her lifetime. And here's what that word survivor does not capture. It sounds like an arrival, like something finished, like you crossed the finish line and now you get to rest. Surviving is not a destination. It is a role, and like every important role, it requires skill, strategy, and support. For that unique subset of women over 50 navigating cancer diagnosis, treatment, and survivorship, they are not struggling because they lack strength. They are struggling because nobody gave them a map. Today, I want to give you that map. I want to name something that almost nobody talks about openly, and that affects millions of women who have finished cancer treatment. It is called the survivorship gap. And it looks like this. You finish your last infusion, your last radiation session, your surgery heals, and then very quietly, the intensive support structure that surrounded you for months begins to dissolve. The appointments that were weekly become monthly, then annual. The oncology team steps back, and you are standing there expecting to feel relieved, wondering why you feel more lost now than you did during treatment. That feeling is not weakness. It is a completely appropriate response to a system that was not designed to hold you through the whole journey, only the acute phase of it. Less than half of cancer survivors receive a formal survivorship care plan at the end of active treatment. That is not a small gap. That is a structural failure. So, let me give you a framework that I developed to address exactly this gap. I call it the clear navigation path. And it applies whether you are newly diagnosed, in active treatment, or you're navigating life after cancer like me. The first 3 phases of the clear navigation path belong in the active treatment. C stands for clarify the medical landscape. This is where you get to understand exactly what is happening in your body, making sense of diagnosis, test results, and medical language, separating what matters most now from background noise, and understanding what decisions are truly ahead and which are relevant. L is lead the care strategy. You create a direction in a fragmented system, organize care across multiple providers, and understanding timing and sequencing and trade-offs in order to avoid unnecessary delays and overwhelm. E stands for empower confident decisions. Move from reaction to choice. Align decisions with medical evidence and your personal values. Reduce fear-based or rush choices while you're feeling supported and know what to do. In survivorship, the last 2 phases come into play. A is advanced recovery and survivorship. Support shouldn't end when treatment does. Here we address navigating the often ignored transition after treatment, such as energy identity, fear of recurrence, rebuilding health, and moving from crisis mode to stability and strength. And then finally, R is reinforce long-term health and self-advocacy. Here, you learn to build skills that last a lifetime. You learn to advocate independently and also create a long-term health and wellness roadmap while integrating things like prevention, quality of life planning, and legacy. You know, CLEAR is not about becoming a medical expert, even though I've outlined this all for you. It's about moving from confusion to clarity, from reaction to choice, and from crisis to strength at every stage of the journey, be it cancer or be it a life-altering diagnosis. I want to close with something personal. I have made a conscious choice not to focus on recurrence, not because I'm in denial, but because I have decided that whatever time I have left on this planet, I will spend it making a difference. That is this decision that brought me to health advocacy. And it is the decision that brings me to the camera every single time. Your mission, if you are navigating cancer or survivorship right now, should not be to endure. It should be to lead your own care with as much boldness and clarity as you can bring to it. You are not just a survivor, you're a navigator. And navigators need maps, tools, and people who know the territory. I know the territory, and I am here. If today's video resonated with you, or if you know someone who's navigating a cancer diagnosis and needs this, please share it with them. 3 things I want you to do right now. Subscribe to this channel. Book a free discovery call. The link is below in the bio. No obligation, just a conversation. And if you're in survivorship or approaching the end of treatment, join the Cancer Survivorship waitlist. I'm building that specifically for people like you. You do not have to navigate this alone. I'll see you in the next video.